Okie dokie. We are going to record episode 301. Gotta get my notes out. Notes are right here. We're going to talk about mistakes that cost pet sitters. And I'm actually feeling a little under the weather, but I have 27 minutes to record this until my next appointment. So we're going to sneak it in here. Thanks for watching. Welcome to another episode of Bella in Your Business. My name is Bella Vasta, and today we have episode 301. Last week was a big party. It was birthday week for myself, my daughter, but we are now heading into even more podcasts. And I never thought when I started off that I would have this many podcasts, but this has become like just a thing. And I love it because I've been able to really get to know a lot of you guys. And if there's one thing that I know about you guys is that you want to know what mistakes to look for and you want to know what potholes to avoid. I used to say a lot when I first started this that it's kind of like being a coach. I can say, "Oh, don't go down that road. It was really bumpy and I hurt my head." Like, go the other way, you know? And so hopefully this podcast is also going to do that for you today. We're going to talk about the 5 hidden mistakes that cost pet sitters, and we're going to see how you can avoid them. So the first one has a lot to do with episode 298 and 299. So about the third and second to third, or 2 and 3 episodes ago, where we talked about how to choose software and make sure it's working for you and not against you. So what do I mean by this? Well, I have met some people that literally they have intake forms and they're taking that information and then they're putting in a 3-ring binder and then they're entering it into the system, or they are not using credit card processing through their software system, or the sales process stops. And so any one of those reasons, sales process stops, someone bounces, you lose that revenue. The time that you're spending doing those extra little steps and not having it streamlined and easy is costing you time, or if you're paying someone, money for that. So it's so super duper important that your systems and processes are as smooth as possible, because with that, it's going to save you time and money, and time is money. So if you're one of those people that say, "Oh, Bella, you don't get it. Like, it just takes me an extra couple minutes. I don't mind." No, go back to my mindset episode, because that is a disaster, because so many of those adding up end up making you feel overwhelmed, overworked, and stressed out. Because I can pretty much assure you, if you say that, you also can't say that I'm like so peaceful and free and have all this time. The next one is not having your branding everywhere. Now, why would that be like causing you cost or time? Why would that be costing you something? Well, simply put, when you see someone's logo everywhere, you start to get to know and feel and like them, to the point that you might not be a customer, but when you see it come up, you already have an impression of how that brand makes you feel. And when that brand can make you feel something, like I always think of this one local Italian restaurant, it's called Oregano's here in Arizona. And they have the punniest sayings. And they always are red, black, and white. Mostly red is their predominant color. And so when you see stuff come up on t-shirts or in print advertising or on social, you know it's them, all right? And the most obvious and, worldwide one is McDonald's arches. I think like it's the most recognized everywhere. But the thing is that the minute you see that, you don't just see a yellow M, right? It's not a yellow M. It means so much more than that to us. And so if you can get really great branding. A good one to check out is actually Golden Tails Dog Walking. That's Kathy, and she is an avid listener of this podcast. Her branding is gorgeous. Go check her out. She has 2 locations, one in Miami, one in Colorado. But like, you will start understanding the aesthetic of it, and you'll start understanding how she talks to people. Dog Jogs is another really good one. The gals up in Canada, go check them out too. dogjogs.ca, I believe it is. And you're going to just start to feel a certain way by seeing their stuff everywhere and what they have to say. And when you don't have your branding everywhere, when you don't even have a logo, like, all right, stop what you're doing, pause this podcast and go get a logo. You need a logo, you need the colors, you need the little elements of the logo that you can also like incorporate in different things. Like with Jump Consulting, it's just the parachute. So really think about that, because mistakes that will cost you come down to not having your branding on point and consistent. That's the biggest part of this, consistent throughout everything, all the channels. You guys, this is probably child's play for you, but I'm going to say it anyways. Every single color actually has a heck number. I think I'm saying that right. And each color has like, it's a letter and number combination. So that way there you can have the same exact color. It's not red. Like there's tons of shades of red or blue or yellow or green, right? And so to make sure that that's standing out the same place everywhere, that's what you could do. All right, number 3 is it has to do with the ABCs. And that's always be closing. Basically ask for the sale. You were losing money when you're like, let me know if. Don't ever say that on the phone. Don't ever say that in email. That basically is so passive and so like, I don't really care if you choose us and if you want it. Now, I'm not saying to be like a hardcore salesperson, and I know that makes some of you uncomfortable, but you can be very like conversational with it. You can be excited. You could lead them to the close. You can get smaller closes. And if you don't know what I mean, listen back to the Aaron Miller podcast that we did on sales at the beginning of the year. I forget what numbers those were. Jillian will put those in the show notes for you, but they were really great. And we talked about like micro closes, right? And so you have to be asking for the sale, because you are costing yourself a lot of money by not doing that. You're losing a lot of money by not doing that. So when do you want to get started? Should we start next Monday? If we do the consultation on Friday, we can start you on Monday. How's that sound? That is the way that you can lead people to the close, and you need to be doing that. So let's recap really quick. The 5 hidden mistakes that are costing pet sitters. Number 1 is not having a software that's working for you. Number 2 is not having your branding everywhere. Number 3 is not asking for the sale. And number 4 is customer love. Guys, people want to feel like you really appreciate their business. They're not just another number, and you're not just taking an order. So this is where the Joey Coleman book, Never Lose a Customer, is really imperative. We've had him in the mastermind multiple times. He's been on this podcast. So many of my elite jumpers have created a customer love 100 days cycle based off of Joey's teachings. And soon, if you're in the mastermind, you already know this, he's also coming out with one for the employees, because the same mentality for making your clients feel like you really appreciate them and love them, and also help out with buyer remorse, like, oh my gosh, did I just do the right thing by hiring this company? And then boom, you pop in somehow to kind of reassure them. The same thing works for employees as well. People are like, yes, I got a job. And they're like, oh, I don't know if I really like this job. I don't really know if I like this. And so it's the same mentality, but customer and employee love, I'm going to say that is number 4. And if you can maintain those relationships, I mean, just think, if you never lost a customer, if you never lost an employee, think about that for a minute. What kind of difference would that make in your business? That's amazing. And you wouldn't have to work as hard, AKA time, AKA money. All right. Now, the 5th one, to kind of like wrap this up here, not having the mentality of how can I make this right when a conflict arises? Now, here's what I mean. I see this happen in a lot of the free groups that I do not run. And it's, oh no, he didn't. Oh no, she didn't. Oh my gosh, they don't respect my time. Oh my gosh, I can't believe they asked me for that. I don't discount. Those are my prices. I'm worth it. Oh my God. Like, for real, like, let's not think that way. Let's think more about like, you have an angry client, or you have someone that you feel you're being triggered somehow. Usually it's from childhood, honestly. And you go on the defensive with these people. Why don't you turn it around and think like, how can I make this right? Why don't you ask them directly? Hey, how can I make this right, Kathy? What can I do? Because sometimes I think we throw money at the problem, or we offer refunds, or we just don't charge them for something because of our own guilt or our own judgments on something that could be completely wrong. And so like all of this stuff, I hope this episode like kind of pulls you out of yourself so that you can actually think about like, are these areas in my business that I could improve on? Because if you're constantly just like feeling like the world is doing things to you, or you feel like your clients are doing things to you, it's not going to be a winning mentality. You're not going to get far with the ball if this was a game, okay? So when conflict arises, always be thinking about solutions. How can I make this right? What are some possible solutions? Where can we go with this? And you guys, these are mistakes that aren't often talked about. I think as I'm talking about them, they're not really mind-blowing, right? But they are kind of like enlightening. So I want when you're driving or when you're walking dogs or folding laundry or making dinner, whatever it is that you're doing or working out, I want you to think about these 5 things and just kind of analyze yourself and figure out, like, am I deficient in any of these areas? And can I get better? And if you can get better, that means that you can save your time, which means you can save your money. Or if you're paying someone to do this stuff that's not working out, maybe you can. Maybe you could pay someone to help you with your branding and your marketing, like Better Marketing with Bella. And then maybe what that'll do is help give you more money because your brand looks impressive online. If you guys want more information on that, you know where to go, jumpconsulting.net/marketing. And for the mastermind, it's /mastermind. See how easy we make that for you? Anyhow, you guys, I hope that this gives you some good food for thought, some good things to think about. I'm not going to keep this episode going because, as I've always told you, you have my word that when I'm done dishing it out, I'm done. We're going to end. I don't care how much time it is. I just want to keep giving you guys information to kind of keep thinking about. Let me know what you want to hear about. We actually have the next 5 episodes all lined up, but we always do love your requests and taking care of what you want to talk about. Next week, we're actually going to be talking about how to find and hire 3 amazing employees in 2 weeks. So you're not going to want to miss that. That's going to be episode 302. I hope to see you there. And remember, when life gets you down, always keep jumping. Bye now. Okay, so that was the podcast. Wow, I don't feel good, you guys. It's my birthday today too. It's July 18th. I feel like my head feels so cloudy right now. I hope that episode was good. I know it was a little shorter than normal, but I'm okay with it. Like, I've kind of turned this new leaf that, like, I think I'm going to keep the podcast between 10 and 20 minutes if possible, because I know that's like an average amount that you guys are out walking dogs or driving to and from clients, you know. I don't want them to be too long. But let me know below. Post a comment. I want to know, like, these are my YouTube and my Facebook people that are watching this video right now. I want to know, what did you think about the episode? I thrive on your feedback. All right, guys, have a good day. Bye.